Fight. Since you lost, what's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
JakePaul just blindsided JakePaul with a punch that shook the entire internet right outside Miami International Airport. No cameras, no ring, no rules, just raw beef spilling into real life. Witnesses were screaming, security scrambled, and phones flew into the air as two of boxing's biggest names, Tank and the Problem Child, nearly turned an airport terminal into a war zone. And you're probably wondering, what could have pushed Tank that far?
After Canelo obviously, didn't materialize, was the next one Tank?
Yeah. I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back. And then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching it, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? Like if he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
Well, the beef runs deeper than you think. From trash talk that crossed the line, to contract drama, to secret DMs that just leaked, this wasn't just a random scuffle. This was personal. And this could be the beginning of a rivalry the world didn't even know it needed. Stay locked in, because this story is about to unfold like a Netflix boxing series. From leaked footage, to hidden agendas, to what this means for both of their next fights, you won't believe what really sparked this chaos. This wasn't just random violence. This wasn't an accident. Tensions between JakePaul and JervontaDavis have been quietly growing in the shadows of the boxing world for months.
Who were you going to call out? What was the plan originally?
I think he was here. He came in my locker room.
Shakur Stevenson?
He wasn't in my locker room.
JakePaul?
Next question.
This time, Jake barked at the wrong beast. JervontaDavis, unlike many of Jake's past targets, doesn't play into clown energy. He's not a social media puppet. He's built from a different cloth, forged in real pain, real fights, and real consequences.
Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. Back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer. George was a puncher. Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
He was doing that a lot.
And he got to be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you got to be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you got to be careful of. Other than
When Jake joked about Tank's legal problems, calling him a walking headline, that hit differently.
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta Tank Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4.
And when he mocked Tank for his issues with Floyd Mayweather, claiming Tank was just another fighter in Floyd's shadow, that's when things crossed the line.
Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I'm just in a silly, goofy mood.
Tank didn't respond publicly, but behind the scenes he was watching, waiting, brewing. Fast forward to Miami International Airport. Gervonta was reportedly flying in for a private meeting with his team ahead of his rematch with Lamont Roach. Jake. He was just returning from a business trip, still riding the high from beating Mike.
What's going on?
What's up, Floyd?
I can have what I want.
What you mean with the camera? Oh, you got camera too. So what you supposed?
The moment they spotted each other was like watching two grenades without pins walking into the same room. Witnesses say there was instant tension. No words exchanged, no greetings, just pure animosity. And then it happened. Tank closed the eye distance with the speed. Yep, Jake ate the same punch Frank Martin did when he stepped into the ring with Tank. However, this time there was no ring. It was pure chaos.
Left uppercut. Down goes Martin! Mamma mia!
The internet was sent into a frenzy. People were losing their minds. Some fans called it justified, saying Jake had it coming after months of reckless talk. Others said Gervonta went too far.
All right, Jake, I'm filming.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident. I'm still gonna be able to fight August 6th, so get your tickets at msg.com before they sell out. But I broke my back carrying the promotion for this event. It's broken.
Oh, Jake, you good?
Nurse!
Jake,
Nurse,
you
more
good?
morphine!
Oh my God.
I broke my back carrying the last 5 fights promotion. My opponents never sell shit. Oh, it hurts!
Do something.
It hurts! These motherfuckers never sell shit! They couldn't sell a pen to a writer!
So why did Gervonta really snap? Let's be real. Tank's been dealing with a mountain of stress, from his rocky split with longtime coach Calvin Ford, to the pressure of proving himself without Floyd Mayweather's guidance, to federal raids and swirling legal troubles. The man's world has been spinning out of control. And Jake? Jake represents everything Tank hates about the new boxing scene: the viral influencer invasion, the manufactured hype, the
following the Tyson fight. Tell us, exactly why. Expound on that.
Because why would he even want to fight him? And who told Mike Tyson to fight anyway?
Do you think that it might have tarnished Mike's legacy in a way?
Yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Tank. Jake's victory over Mike Tyson in July only added fuel to the fire. And let's just say Tank wasn't a fan of Jake fighting a legend. So when Jake cracked jokes about Tank's personal life, his mentorship drama, and even his jail time, it wasn't just disrespect. It was insult added to injury. For Tank, that Miami punch wasn't about headlines. It was.
Do you think that it's fair to call them boxers now? Let's talk about Logan Brothers.
I think it's okay to call JakePaul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. Like, he tried to knock him out for sure.
But not everyone's buying the chaos at face value. A growing number of fans believe the entire airport incident was staged, carefully orchestrated to build hype for what's now officially confirmed. JervontaDavis versus...
It's not a terrible fight. You know, we know that Gervonta's going to fight JakePaul in November, and then we'll see what happens.
Eddie Hearn himself dropped the bombshell, revealing that the fight is locked in right after Tank handles his unfinished business with Lamont Roach in August. For some, the timing is just too perfect. The viral airport punch a little too clean, the silence from...
I gotta ask you, how real or what was to it with you and Tank actually being a thing? Was that something that was talked about?
Yeah, no, it was highly talked about and in negotiations and almost ready to make happen, but he has to do his rematch with Lamont and get that W, and then we'll be able to run it back. But me and Gervonta were scheduled to fight for sure.